Hello, welcome to the Bible in 5 years. My name is Armando. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving yesterday and you enjoy a lot of turkey and a lot of stuffing and a lot of pie and a lot of everything. Yes, man. I'm recording this the 18th, so it's not even Thanksgiving, but this episode will air a day after Thanksgiving. But I'm already thinking, ooh, yeah. And we Mexicans, we also make tamales. Tamale, if you don't know what tamales are. Tamales. Whatever. Anyways. Oh, I also want to send a greeting to people who always leave a like or a heart or watch our show. To David Israel Garcia, thank you. Roca Ram, Beto Gudiño, Juvenal Contreras, Lupita Testa, José Amado Ramírez Rangel, Charlie Gutiérrez, Elena Dávila, and Susi de la Riva. Thank you for watching. And yeah, all right. So I'm gonna skip to the reading. Stick around if you're a Christian. I will ask for your help at the end. But this Project Podcast is not aimed for Christians. No, this is for people who have never read the Bible. They don't know what the Bible says, or they're not familiarized with the Bible, and it's okay. This Project Podcast is for you. All right, let's better change the music so we can do our reading today. Day 316. The tribes east of the Jordan River. Numbers chapter 32 from verse 1 on. Now the tribes of Reuben and Gad owned vast numbers of livestock. So when they saw that the lands of Jazer and Gilead were ideally suited for their flocks and herds, they came to Moses. Eleazar the priest and the other leaders of the people, they said, Atharoth, Divon, Jazer, Nimrah, Heshbon, Eleale, Sebam, Nebo, and Beon. The Lord has conquered this whole area for the people of Israel. It is ideally suited for all our flocks and herds. If we have found favor with you, please let us have this land as our property instead of giving us land across the Jordan River. Do you mean you want to stay back here while your brothers go across and do all the fighting? Moses asked the Reubenites and Gadites. Are you trying to discourage the rest of the people of Israel from going across the land to the Lord, across to the land the Lord has given them? This is what your ancestors did when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to explore the land. After they went up to the valley of Eshcol and scouted the land, they discouraged the people of Israel from entering the land the Lord was giving them. Then the Lord was furious with them, and he vowed, of all those I rescued from Egypt, no one who is 20 years old or older will ever see the land I solemnly promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for they have not obeyed me completely. The only exceptions are Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and the Kenizzite, and Joshua, son of Nun, for they have wholeheartedly followed the Lord. The Lord was furious with Israel and made them wander in the wilderness for 40 years until the whole generation that sinned against him had died. But here you are, a brood of sinners, doing exactly the same thing. You are making the Lord even angrier with Israel. If you turn away from him like this and he abandons them again in the wilderness, you will be responsible for destroying this entire nation. But they responded to Moses, we simply want to build sheepfolds for our flocks and fortify cities for our wives and children. Then we will arm ourselves and lead our fellow Israelites into battle until we have brought them safely to their inheritance. Meanwhile, our families will stay in the 45 cities we build here. So they will be safe from any attacks by the local people. We will not return to our homes until all the people of Israel have received their inheritance of land. But we do not want any of the land on the other side of the Jordan. We will rather live here on the east side, where we have received our inheritance. Then Moses said, if you keep your word and arm yourselves for the Lord's battles, and if your troops cross the Jordan until the Lord has driven out his enemies, then you may return when the land is finally subdued before the Lord. You will have discharged your duty to the Lord and to the rest of the people of Israel. And the land on the east side of the Jordan will be your inheritance from the Lord. But if you fail to keep your word, then you will have sinned against the Lord, and you may be sure that your sin will find you out. Go ahead and build towns for your families and sheepfolds for your flocks, but do everything you have said. Then the people of Gad and Reuben replied, we are your servants and will follow your instructions exactly. Our children, wives, flocks, and cattle will stay here in the towns of Gilead. But, sir, all who are able to bear arms will cross over to fight for the Lord, just as you have said. Wow. Okay, we have come to the end of our reading today. The plot thickens. Something like that. All right, this is the Bible in 5 years, and we are reading the Bible in chronological order. And it's going to take us a few years to do so, because there is more than 1,000 stories to read. But we always try to keep our stories short and sweet. That's right. We're trying to keep them short and sweet. The story is less than 10 minutes, 10 minutes or less. Why are we doing that? So we can remember what we read. That's the whole idea. That's right. We don't read 2 or 3 chapters of different books of the Bible here. No. We stay on task on one subject, one idea, one story. That's right. 3 verses or 30 tops. That's it. And so we remember what we read. And I hope you had a good Thanksgiving yesterday. And what else? This project podcast is aimed for people who have never read the Bible. They don't know what the Bible says, or they're not familiarized with the Bible. And it's okay. We're not going to judge you here or criticize you. Not at all. No. This project podcast is for you. Yes, and there's no compromise here. You don't have to like or subscribe. There's no obligation here of anything. Just that you watch or listen to the episodes. That's it. This program is for you completely. So you get familiarized with the Bible. You don't need, if you don't have to buy a Bible, if you don't want to, just listen or watch. If you want to buy a Bible, it's up to you, but you don't have to. And you don't even have to download a Bible in your phone if you don't want to. No, it's up to you. Anyways, but if you're a Christian, now I'm talking to Christians. You can help us. How? Check the links below here in the description or above. Depends where you're watching from. And go to those platforms, which is Spotify, Facebook, and YouTube, and like and subscribe in every one of them. Please, that will help us greatly with the algorithm. Like and subscribe, and click on the reminder, and leave us a short comment. Yes, this will help us to promote the show. The algorithm will notice there is activity, great activity. Let's say 10,000 people or 100,000 people are doing this. It will present the show before people. It will bring this type of programming before people's gadgets, before, in their phones, and their stories, and their reels, and their whatevers. And that's how it works, the algorithm sees all these things, and it's like, let's promote this show. That's what they do. So help us out doing that, please. All right. Let us know where you're watching from or where you're listening from. That will be great. Have a good rest of your week.